Hey y'all, so I just was charging my car and I was thinking about how Jesus was talking to his disciples in John 20:21, and how he said to them, just as my Father has me, sent me here to do my earthly ministry, now I am sending you. And it was amazing how in the same breath he was humble and speaking with authority. Like, he was under authority while also speaking in authority to the people that were following him. And that made me think, Jesus, God the Father, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are all one. And that's another message for another day. But I know a lot of people don't believe in the Holy Trinity. And so I just wanted to say that, just like our spirit and our body is one, and like we become one with the person that will be our spouse, that's exactly how the process works. Jesus wants us to become one with him so that we become one with the Father, because we only get to the Father through Jesus. And Jesus is vouching for us when we submit our lives to him. And I was just thinking about that at work today, just how, in the area that we are operating, Jesus still wants us to walk in our authority. Although we're not where we're going yet, he wants us to still operate in the authority that he's blessed us with in the current situation that we're in. And, I shared my testimony on this YouTube channel yesterday, and I was just amazed how, there's so many parts to the kingdom. Like, each of us have a part to play. And it's like amazing how the Bible uses analogies like the body, and how, like, back then they didn't have the technology that we have today to be able to look that much into the body. So when you think about how the body is a whole, like, there's not pieces of limbs missing and coming together. When you see a body, it's all whole, and there's parts of the body that if you become sick, then the body cannot operate properly if you become sick, So I just think that it's absolutely amazing how the word, sorry, this guy's, I don't know what he's doing, but the word shows God's true character. It shows his true intention in the way that he desires to actually encounter us in a way that he can instill in us what he wants for us to go out and to share with others. Because his desire is to get to know each of us on an intimate level, for us to spend time with him and get to know him through his word. And just like we do in real life, when you have a friend, you have to get to know them. If you're in a courting relationship, a dating relationship, married, the relationship never ends. It's always constantly you getting to know them in different aspects of them, in different levels. And I just think that's amazing, because sometimes we get so caught up with life and all the things that are surrounding us, and we get so stressed out and worried because we're not taking time to give it back to the one who knows us better than even our own parents. And the word says that he knew us before we were in our mother's womb. And he knows the amount of hairs on your head. Like, imagine him counting the amount of hairs that are in these braids or twists or whatever you have in your hair. Like, imagine knowing how many strands of hair you had, and you lose strands of hair every day. When you comb your hair, there's strands coming out. So I just wanted to come on here and encourage y'all that it's never too late to get to know who Jesus is, and just question him, ask him questions. Like, if you don't know, it's okay to go to God and be like, God, I don't believe in you, and if you're real, show me who you are. I'm struggling with understanding what this is saying. Instead of just stopping doing it, it's like you have to create a relationship with him. And I believe that we don't, because we are uncomfortable with ourselves to just sit and be quiet for a while. We always want to be busy, and we're so caught up in the struggle that we can never really sit and just embrace the beauty of the struggle. That there's a journey to getting to the promised land. And sometimes in the wilderness, like the Israelites, they were in the wilderness for 40 years when they were only supposed to be there for 11 days. And sometimes we do that to ourselves. We get stuck in a place that we were only supposed to be in for a season, and then we get mad at God when God has been telling us, you sought my face to get here, now seek my face to get there. Another example from the Bible, and I'm going to end it after this. When the Israelites, Moses went to God every single time the Israelites were upset. And you guys got to read the Bible. This is like a movie. It's so amazing to read. And God told, because Moses went and fought for the Israelites. He said, God, don't take your anger out on them. Don't kill them. Don't do that. Because then the Egyptians are going to say, your God just saved you to kill you. So don't do that. And God was like, you know what? You're right. You my servant. I'm going to listen to what you're saying. And that's why it's so important for us as believers to pray, because God will save the land based on our prayers and our petitions. But anyway, so the Israelites began to praise the one thing that God used. So, man, I'm going to give y'all a little backstory. I'm trying not to make this long. So, the Israelites were upset with them being stuck in the wilderness, but they were stuck because of their own actions. And God still had grace for them. So, he sent the plague to them because he was angry. They got sick. So, he had Moses build a staff with the shape, this design of a snake's head. Like, it was a snake in the staff. And he said that to put it, have anybody that is sick with the plague to look into the eyes of the snake and look into the staff, and they will be healed. And that's what happened. Anybody who even looked at the staff, I don't know if it was in the eyes, don't quote me on that, but I just remember anybody that even looked at the staff was healed. And many of the Israelites died. So they began to, later on in that story, they began to praise the very thing that God healed them with. So that's my whole point of telling that story, is just to tell you that sometimes we can be obedient in a season, and God will be telling us to move. And now in a season where, in a space, in a position where we were once being obedient, we are now being disobedient because we are not moving when God tells us to move. And we get so attached to the things sometimes that God blesses us with, instead of getting attached to the process that God has. And his plan and his way is so much better than ours on any day of the week. So I just wanted to come and encourage y'all today to keep the faith and keep fighting. And if you have questions and you feel like you're too far gone, it's impossible. Paul, I believe, Paul, he was a Christian killer. He was killing people that were followers of Christ, and now he has the most books in the Bible. Like, he wrote so many books in the Bible, and he was so on fire for God once he got saved and encountered Jesus. And that's all that God is looking for, because he gave God his heart, and God will change your actions as long as you give him your heart. So y'all be blessed today and encouraged, and enjoy this nice weather. Go swimming, go get you a popsicle and drink some water. Stay hydrated. But God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.